I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for gathering here today. It is indeed a privilege and an honor to stand before such an engaged and thoughtful audience, ready to delve into a topic that resonates profoundly in our contemporary world, the art of countering manipulators through the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. In both our personal and professional lives, we often find ourselves confronted by individuals who seek to manipulate our thoughts, emotions, and actions for their own benefit. These manipulative behaviors can manifest in various forms, whether it be a colleague who distorts the truth in an attempt to undermine our credibility, a friend who employs guilt to coerce us into compliance, or even a stranger who preys on our sympathies to achieve their own ends. Such manipulation can leave us feeling vulnerable, confused, and utterly powerless in the face of these tactics. Manipulators often appeal to emotions or distort facts. By relying on logic and reason, you can dismantle their arguments and expose the flaws in their strategies without becoming entangled in their web. However, I stand before you today to propose that we possess a powerful and transformative tool to counteract these manipulative strategies: the philosophy of Stoicism. Stoicism, which thrived in the ancient civilizations of Greece and Rome, teaches us about the importance of rationality, self-control, and virtue. At its very core, Stoicism imparts a crucial lesson. While we may not have control over the actions and intentions of others, we do have complete control over our own responses. This understanding is where our journey toward empowerment and resilience begins. Recognize what you can control. The first principle we must embrace from Stoic philosophy is the understanding of the dichotomy of control. It is essential to recognize that we cannot dictate how others choose to behave. However, we can exercise control over our own thoughts, feelings, and actions. When confronted with manipulation, it is vital to take a moment to step back and assess the situation with clarity. Ask yourself, what is within my control in this scenario? This shift in perspective can be incredibly empowering, as it enables us to respond thoughtfully, rather than react impulsively out of fear or anger. Manipulators often try to create a sense of helplessness. By concentrating on your own thoughts, actions, and responses, you undermine their attempts to influence areas outside your control. Manipulators crave dominance. Subtly allow them to believe they are in control while steering the situation toward your desired outcome. This covert approach leaves them unaware of your influence. Instead of feeling ensnared by the manipulative tactics of others, we can reclaim our autonomy and assert our own power. By acknowledging that the behavior of manipulators is a reflection of their own character, rather than a commentary on our worth, we can start to break free from the chains of their influence. Practice emotional detachment. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of emotional detachment, which does not imply that we become cold or devoid of feelings. Rather, it encourages us to cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience in the face of adversity. When a manipulator attempts to provoke an emotional response, be it through anger, guilt, or fear, we can practice emotional detachment by observing our feelings without passing judgment. Allow yourself to experience your emotions, but do not let those feelings dictate your actions or responses. Manipulators often seek to create tension or provoke conflict. Remaining unshaken and calm can neutralize their attempts, demonstrating your emotional strength and rendering their tactics ineffective. Recall the wisdom of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who wisely stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By maintaining our composure and clarity, we empower ourselves to respond with intention and purpose, rather than getting swept away in a tumultuous sea of emotional upheaval. Manipulators often rely on subtle tactics like flattery or guilt-tripping. Reflect these behaviors back at them with authenticity and purpose, allowing you to regain control of the interaction without stooping to deceit. Manipulators often seek to provoke strong emotions. Displaying indifference to their actions or provocation sends a clear message that their efforts are ineffective, deterring future attempts. Cultivate virtue and integrity. Another cornerstone of Stoicism is the emphasis on virtue, living in alignment with our core values and principles. When confronted by manipulation, it becomes crucial to remain steadfast in our integrity. A manipulator may attempt to sway us from our values and convictions, but it is imperative that we stand firm in our beliefs. By staying true to ourselves and our guiding principles, we create a formidable shield against the forces of manipulation. We can assert our boundaries clearly and calmly, articulating our needs without resorting to aggression or submissiveness. A Stoic response is characterized by strength and composure, firmly rooted in our commitment to virtue. Appeal to their self-interest. Manipulators are often motivated by personal gain. Frame your requests or counterarguments in ways that align with their desires, subtly steering them toward the outcome you want without direct confrontation. Study their patterns and behaviors to predict their next steps. By staying one step ahead, you can neutralize their attempts and use their strategies to your advantage without compromising your principles. Manipulators often probe for excessive details to twist your words against you. Respond with concise, straightforward answers, providing them with minimal material to exploit. Mirror their behavior. Subtly mirror the manipulator's tactics back to them. This can create awareness in their mind about their actions or even make them uncomfortable, disrupting their strategy. Use Socratic questioning to shift the manipulator's focus and expose the flaws in their arguments. Questions like, "Why do you think that's the case?" or "What evidence supports that?" keep them on the defensive. Pretend not to notice their manipulative attempts or act as though you don't understand their hidden agenda. This frustrates their efforts and makes it harder for them to influence you. Manipulators often operate predictably once you recognize their patterns. By anticipating their next move, you can counter it before they even act, leaving them with no opportunity to exploit you. Manipulators often rely on short-term tactics. By staying consistent in your principles and actions, you outlast their schemes. Over time, your resilience and calm authority will expose their lack of integrity. Reflect and learn. We must embrace the practice of reflection as an essential aspect of our Stoic journey. After navigating a manipulative encounter, it is beneficial to take the time to reflect on what transpired. What triggered your emotional response? How did you react in the moment? What might you do differently in a similar situation in the future? This process of self-examination nurtures personal growth and equips us to face future encounters with enhanced wisdom and resilience. Each interaction with a manipulator can teach you about human behavior and resilience. Use these encounters to strengthen your Stoic discipline, sharpening your ability to respond wisely and maintain your composure. Let us remember the insightful words of Marcus Aurelius: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Each encounter with a manipulator presents us with an invaluable opportunity to practice our Stoic principles and refine our responses. In conclusion, while manipulators may seek to exploit our vulnerabilities, we possess the power to counter their tactics through the lens of Stoicism. By recognizing what is within our control, practicing emotional detachment, cultivating our virtue and integrity, and engaging in reflective learning, we can navigate these challenges with grace and strength. Let us wholeheartedly embrace the teachings of the Stoics and empower ourselves to rise above manipulation, living our lives with integrity and purpose. Thank you for your attention and for the opportunity to share these thoughts with you today.